Greetings, fellow 2020 survivors.
Hey, it's us again, and welcome to Video Games Suck.
No. It's why it would suck to live in a video game world, not video games suck. Okay?
Oh, okay. I got it.
What are you trying to do? Get me kicked out of YouTube? Welcome to the Rook Islands, a lush, beautiful archipelago located in, I want to say Indonesia or Malaysia or even the Philippines, but it's a FarCry game, so why not get together with a bunch of friends, go on a long deserved vacation and take a break on a tropical retreat. You can hike your way up green mountains and run into pirates. Go spelunking in ancient ruins and get shot at by pirates.
What the? Got you, fucker! Oh my god! Reach back on me!
Jump headfirst into glistening lakes and craters. And get captured by pirates. I'm kind of seeing a pattern here.
So, if things weren't obvious by now, on this episode we are going to be talking about Far Cry 3, the third main entry in the long-running open world series, and why it would suck if you were to live in Rook Islands, the fictional location where the game takes place.
Far Cry 3 perfected the formula which was set by its predecessors, and almost all the Far Cry games released ever since seem to follow this particular pattern. Here's a big, almost exotic open world, plenty of vehicles to drive, lots of guns and explosives, big bad bosses and sub-bosses, experience points, explosions, exposition, executions, etc, and boom, mission complete.
A majority of the fans seem to agree that it's the best game in the series, although our personal favorite is still Far Cry 2. The critics loved Far Cry 3 at the time of release, and it received a ton of positive reviews and glowing recommendations.
But then again, they also said that it's Skyrim with guns. So
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, they must have been on something when they reviewed that.
anyway, big, beautiful, exotic game world. As long as you're in the shoes of an all-powerful playable protagonist, that is.
Revolvers. Wish I had one. Whatever.
But what if you were a regular tourist who set foot on Rook Islands, or maybe even an unfortunate native who has no other choice but to live there? Yeah, that's gonna suck. Wait a minute, I think I kind of said the same thing last time. But imagine actually having to live here, having to spend your days as an actual human being. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, I gotta work on these intros.
I thought you already noted that down last time.
Note to self, put more effort into scripts. That was actually to write better scripts.
And
I will get right on that. Next time. The intros, I mean. Okay, if it's a place with natural beauty that you're looking for, Rook Islands got you covered. Green mountains as far as the eyes can see, blue oceans and golden beaches all around, ancient ruins, long winding rivers, mysterious bunkers, small settlements. If you're on the lookout for a beautiful, typical tropical paradise, you're in the right place.
all you need is a good set of wheels and you can explore all of this on your own. The road system leaves a lot to be desired though, but hey, it's them off-road vibes that count, right? As long as you feel like driving somewhere, feel free to do so, while listening to the 5 songs that play on the radio. Really, Ubisoft? Really? 5 songs is all you had?
Yeah, I would also like to have a word with the DJ of this radio station regarding their selection of music, because I'm tired of rolling off bridges while listening to Ukulele Girl for the 50th damn time.
You don't think this has anything to do with the jammed radio towers scattered across the islands, right?
I hope not. That would be a violation of basic human radio rights. And speaking of radio towers, you can try climbing your way up those and unjam them yourself so that you can locate the next stop on your trek across the islands. It's a bit of a risky process, so we hope that you're not afraid of precarious jumps, or heights, or zip lines, or falling to your death after letting go of zip lines halfway through.
Or if you'd rather climb every mountain you see instead of radio towers, you can try doing that. The view is actually quite breathtaking and the trek is worth it. But if climbing mountains is not your thing, you can try driving up them. The expression here is try, because it really doesn't work.
Yeah, this would be the Rook Islands equivalent of trying to climb up mountains on horseback in Skyrim.
You know what? It should have been Skyrim with buggies instead.
Yeah, like that would make that review any better.
Okay, here's a question for all you travelers out there. In order for a country, or in this case a couple of islands, to be tourist friendly, what is usually required? In other words, what is needed for a place to be considered a proper tourist destination?
I mean, as Asians, we ourselves can bring out plenty of examples, right? You have Bali, the Maldives, the Philippines, or even our very own Sri Lanka, famous for hospitality and warm, welcoming people.
Well, at least we don't have pirates, I think.
Moving on. So, as we were saying, there are certain essentials which would turn a location into a perfect tourist destination. You need hotels for guests to stay in, shopping malls, restaurants, bars and clubs where people can shop and hang out. Guided tours focusing on the historical and cultural values of the country, which would give them an insight about the roots and the lives of the people.
And are they present in the Rook Islands?
I actually want to say yes, but no.
In your journey across the island, you will come across some places which remotely resemble the above-mentioned descriptions, plus certain settlements where you can play poker, throw knives, or maybe just buy stuff.
What would you like to buy?
But come on, would you seriously call this place a bar? And is this supposed to be a club? I mean, is there even a hotel on this island? C- for effort, D+ for execution.
Why a D+?
Well, they do have fancy lights at night.
Fair point. And this is a major problem for anyone who comes to this place expecting a tropical retreat or an island getaway, like Jason Brody, the entitled 20-something guy who shows up on Rook Islands. Along with him for the ride, he's got his dude bros, his actual bros, and his lady dude bros. That's a lot of bros.
Yo, maybe that's why his name is Jason Brody. Get it? Brody. Brody. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Forget Brody and his gang and their series of unfortunate events. We gotta come to terms with the fact that people seem to be okay with the living standards and have accepted the lifestyle and the culture around them. I mean, take a look at some of these shrines and other places. I'm quite sure someone's going around lighting all these candles across Rook Islands.
Yeah, I don't think that's humanly possible.
Well, neither do I, but come on man, somebody's gotta be doing this. Island-wide candle lighter is a real job, but is it actually a fun job?
Definitely not as fun as being a weapon-selling grandmother. That is a lot of heavy ordnance.
Well, she is adorable.
Any animals to sell?
Not anymore. Oh, and they do need people to run supplies from point A to point B within a limited time for some reason, while being attacked by pirates and/or the local wildlife. Interested?
Sure, let me just go on a vacation to a tropical island so I can help the local rebels deliver their medicine. If I wanted to do that, I would have joined some NGO.
So all things considered, there's nothing really fun to do?
Well, not unless burning marijuana and jamming out to dubstep is your thing.
And number 4 goes up in smoke.
People on the Rook Islands are weird. And this is not just the quirky weirdness that you can be dismissive about. Some of them are creepy or scary and at times almost terrifyingly weird.
Wait, is this like a recurring theme now? A mandatory section about people being weird or creepy or unsettling or something or the other in every single game?
Well, every game has oddballs and weirdos. Or even creeps. You know what they say? People are weird.
Let me guess, one of your made-up people said that? Alexander Tesla or Alfred Shakespeare or something?
Well, actually Jim Morrison said that. But come on, people are weird.
The regular people do seem to have a very uninteresting lifestyle, which is, from an outsider's perspective, almost boring. Walk around, drive, run away, tell all their problems to strangers.
I'm Jason.
Can I ask for your help? I'm ashamed, but I cannot speak to anyone here.
Wait until those said strangers fix those problems for them.
Jason, thank you. Man, thank you. The tablets are our heritage. Our ancestors talk through them, and we honor them by listening, right?
Yeah, I get it now. They are weird.
Told you. Plus, there's always the special kind of weirdos and psychopaths. The cream of the whack job crop. Strangely enough, they kind of feel like the perfect fit for the general atmosphere of these islands.
Let's see, you got Dr. Alec Einhart, who is the only doctor on Rook Islands. Yeah, you heard that right. Only doctor. So when you are the sole medical professional within a particular area, you have to be accountable and responsible, right?
Well, not this doctor. The guy is violating the Hippocratic Oath in more ways than one. He cooks up drugs and sells the drugs to the local pirate population. The said pirates are in turn terrorizing the locals. I mean, pirates are worse as they are, but drugged up pirates are even worse. Oh, and he's high on his own supply most of the time, so yeah.
Plus, being the guy who gets high on his own supply, Dr. Einhart even sends unsuspecting tourists to pick fresh ingredients for his concoctions. So, not a very good doctor.
It's empty. Where should I go for more?
Set us up with a couple of cave mushrooms and we will be right as rain. Peruse the cliffs. To the west.
Dennis Rogers, ex-military guy who happened to end up on the island after drifting from place to place. Is a bit of a thing for tattoos, like tattooing people when they are unconscious.
You are awake. Well, not all of you. The arm has been deadened to allow for the tattoo.
I'm pretty sure there's something in the UN Charter about that. That's a violation of basic conscious tattooing rights.
There's also Citra, who leads the local rock cat tribe. Has a casual attitude towards wearing less clothes and keeps a pet smoke monster.
What the hell is that thing?
That is most certainly not a pet smoke monster.
Semantics. Or take Willis Huntley, the CIA agent who happens to be on the island collecting information on the local kingpin. Has a strange way of getting unsuspecting tourists to do his dirty work for him.
You have 10 seconds to tell me who you are before I remotely detonate the C4 under the table and this whole place explodes like a pop bottle.
Jesus.
I doubt it. 5 seconds.
Jason Brody.
And then hands them a wingsuit and a parachute before asking them to jump off his plane. Smooth.
Are you sure this wingsuit works?
Trust me! Just extend your arms. It's gonna work!
As if these guys aren't enough, you have the three psychopaths, Buck, Was and Hoy. First, you got Buck, the second murderous Australian character found in video games.
Yeah, the first one being Crash Bandicoot, right?
Crash Bandicoot is not. I was actually talking about Kano?
Who?
Kano from Mortal Kombat?
3 strikes and you're dead, Kano.
I only need 2 strikes to gut you.
Oh, yeah.
Bambi Buck Hughes is a murderous, sadistic guy who has a habit of being handsy with those he ends up capturing. And he actually ticks a lot of evil psychopath boxes. Ex-military, dishonorably discharged, has a knack for being brutal, is obsessed with getting his hands on an ancient knife, etc, etc.
But the dude gets what's coming to him, right?
Yep, and bonus points for getting stabbed by the same knife he was looking for. Up next, we have the ruthless, red vest wearing, mohawk toting pirate, Vas. This is what you'll get if you cross Captain Blackbeard with Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
This guy's way high on the sadistic and evil spectrum of the scale, but credit where credit is due. The dude is a top-class orator and always has something to say. There's people who bore you to death with their speeches, and then there's Vas, who would literally kill you after his speeches.
All we are saying is that Vas is pretty good with his methods. First, he'll try to burn you. Then, he'll try to drown you. And then, when all else fails, he will shoot you in the face.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
The Rook Island Board of Tourism could have used this guy as their poster boy. Had there been a Board of Tourism on Rook Islands, that is. Could have. Because he's dead now.
Let me guess. Knife in the face?
Yep. Knife in the face.
What a shame. And then you have the big boss, Hoyt Walker, who is an overlord who runs the largest human trafficking ring in the South Pacific. The guy has a lot of sick hobbies, including but not limited to asking people to run through a live minefield, burning alive his own men who disobey him, asking his men to kill any natives they come across, and getting newbies to torture captives.
But once again, like all the other big bad villains on Rook Islands, Hoyt gets what's coming to him.
You all know the drill. Say it with us now.
Knife in the face.
Remember Far Cry 2, the game that was set in Africa? A continent that's supposed to have a ton of predatory wildlife? But all you had were deer and gazelle and zebra and water buffalo, and everyone was wondering,
Where are the predators?
well, guess what? You're in Southeast Asia now, son, and there's a crapload of animals on Rook Islands.
And most of them are predators. And even those who aren't technically predators can be a major pain in the ass. Happy now?
You got your basic canines like dogs and dingoes, fast, aggressive, and hangs around in packs, because why deal with one at a time when you can get assaulted by a horde of them?
Wild boars, you know, the common island variety. Nothing fancy, but they pack a punch.
Water buffalo, who are technically harmless herbivores. Just look at them grazing peacefully, they wouldn't even hurt a fly, let alone anyone who just casually strolls past them.
Harmless herbivores, my ass.
Cassowaries, flightless birds who have a personal space issue. Fast, aggressive, and very, peckish.
If big, furry, angry things are more your type, walk into one of the caves you find scattered across Rook Islands. There's a good chance you'll run into a bear and an even better chance of getting swiped in the face by one.
You like annoying big cats? Well, you're in luck. There's leopards aplenty. Small, deadly, and very, very pouncy.
You also have tigers, like leopards but bigger, faster and much stealthier. Loves rushing in for surprise hugs and then smothers you with sloppy kisses. I'm kidding, they eat your face off.
And then there's the Komodo dragons, overgrown lizards who have a nasty habit of hiding in the grass and rushing at you. Let's just say they have a thing for feet, a very nasty obsession.
Talking of things that hide in the grass, there are snakes who come in a variety of lovely colors. They're a bit of a mixed bag though, a nuisance to some while deadly to others.
And if you thought that you're gonna be safe in the water, well, guess again. The sea around Rook Islands is infested with sharks, and we all know how we feel about big fish with big teeth.
You're not gonna do any better on freshwater either. There are crocodiles and loads of them. They manage to disguise themselves in the water so well that by the time you realize that it was not a floating log, you're halfway down their throat.
So, this is either an animal lover's haven or an ordinary human being's biodiverse nightmare. I'm guessing most of us fall into the latter category, so it's gonna be bad.
But if you're into making DIY handbags and holsters and quivers and whatnot, maybe you can go hunting, since there are so many animals around.
I'm quite positive some of these animals might be endangered, so maybe we better not.
Disgusting.
This could have been worse, you know. There could have been spiders. Big, hairy, 8-legged, freakishly large spiders.
Hold up. Are you afraid of spiders? Like the big ones in Skyrim and Resident Evil and—
Nope, no spiders. Transition. Let's say you somehow dodge the wildlife. You take care when you swim, you take care when you walk and climb, and you take care when you crawl through the bushes.
But what about the two-legged threats, the human variety, armed with guns and explosives and zero fashion sense?
Simply put, the Rook Islands have a pirate problem. You see, pirates usually come in two flavors, either as the swashbuckling, cannon firing, cutlass wielding, plank walking classic variety, or the petrol boat riding, AK-47 wielding, profanity spewing, hostage taking modern variety.
To simplify, it's either this or this.
Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
And out here you have the second variety, who are a major pain in the ass for the natives and the tourists alike.
And if you thought pirates are the only human threat on the islands, we've got some bad news for you.
While the North Island is overrun by pirates, on the South one we have their more refined privateer counterparts. On second thoughts, I think advanced is a much better word. Better weapons, better armor, better tactics, and better ways to mess you up. Both these factions are armed and dangerous. They usually go around carrying assorted assault rifles, submachine guns, and shotguns, shooting both natives and tourists alike.
They do come in different flavors too, like the pirates with Molotovs. I'm guessing that they are drunk or high on something, but irrespective of that, they are pretty good with their throwing skills.
Extra points for being so dedicated to their jobs that even when they are on fire, they might try and run towards you. You also have the heavy dudes, big, mean, armored, usually with a light machine gun or an RPG, which basically means that you will have a choice between a hail of bullets to the face or a rocket to the face, fired by a rhino of a guy. Oh, and sometimes they also show up with flamethrowers, so...
And last but not least, there are snipers. They will shoot your ass from far, far away. They will shoot your face from far, far away. Basically speaking, they will shoot any part of you with pinpoint accuracy, so you'd better run and hide.
On the plus side, there is a resistance going on. Freedom fighters, rebels, whatever you want to call them. These guys are the previously mentioned Rakyat, the native tribe almost fanatically fighting against the pirates and the privateers.
And is there anything about the Rakyat that makes their fight against the likes of pirates and privateers noteworthy?
Well, let's see. Do they like to wear blue? Yes, they do. Are they supported by a charismatic leader who's not at all manipulative? Yes, they are.
Well, so far so good, right?
Do they have enough weapons or training to hold their own against the pirates or the privateers? Nope, they don't.
So, are we screwed?
Yes, we are most definitely screwed. So all in all, if we end up living in Rook Islands, it's gonna suck. Between the people and the wildlife and the pirates and the privateers, this is most certainly not a good tourist destination.
Who do you work for?
If you still want to go on a typical tropical vacation, there are plenty of islands across the world to choose from. You know, the Bali, the Philippines, or hell, Sri Lanka. But just take a rain check, until the whole pandemic thing blows over. Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking, if the radio station was good, things could have been a bit better. I mean, good music can always...
Nope. We are not turning Johnny Guitar into a running joke. We did it twice on my channel and then once on yours. So, not now, not ever again, never, nope, nah.
Okay, fine. So, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Willis sent me.
How is he? I have been concerned about him, hearing nothing all these years.
He's fine, I guess.
Thank you so much, guys, for checking out the video. And I would also like to thank Movieslinger for, tolerating me and helping me. We did another collaboration, me and Movieslinger, where we talk about the day in the life of an MIB agent. So the link is in the description below. Maybe you can go there and check it out. And subscribe to his channel, help the guy out. So until next time, stay safe, take care, and have a hopeful 2021. Peace.